In 2001, I gave a presentation at the engineering offsite about clustering and how I thought it might apply to virtual machines.
The first thing we presented was what we thought was an industry trend towards bring your own device, and specifically bring your own laptops. We sort of looked at company cars in the 80s and cell phones in the 90s, and you used to get one and then you started to get reimbursed for one. And we said, hey, we think this might happen with laptops too.
An academic had a paper way back in the 90s on how you can build hardware fault tolerance with virtual machines. So it was the basic same idea, but we had I had a few interesting performance optimizations that you could do that would make things go faster.
We presented Varmosa, which is virtualizing mobile devices, mobile phones.
I was at VMware for about 4 months when we presented this work.
So this was 2004, so I was a newly minted engineering manager.
I've been at VMware for about a year.
I was an engineer. I joined VMware as an engineer and been an engineer all the time.
My title was principal engineer and founder.
One of the challenges for productizing VMware HA was how to make it really easy to use.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge was not sort of with the core technology we proposed, but the fact that we were looking at it by using virtual machines. And some of the properties of virtual machines, it may not have been the optimal hammer for that situation.
To me, the challenge was realizing that ARM actually is as difficult, if not more, to virtualize as the x86 architecture.
The greatest challenge was finding good people.
For this project, it was technical. This was by far the hardest thing I ever did in my life.
To get support, we met with several groups, including principal engineers, executive team, Diane, our CEO, and we presented at Radio in 2007.
I think a demo is a great way to generate a lot of interest in your idea and push it forward and get more resources.
When Mendel was here, Mendel and I used to talk about this on and off, and Mendel kind of liked the idea. So one fine morning he walked into my office and said, do you really want to do this thing? And I said, of course, yes. And do you want to do this with Mike Nelson? Mike is interested. And I said, of course I want to do it with Mike too.
I had somebody come up to me at VMware conference and said, oh, thank you very much for HA, because we had an unplanned outage where somebody came and started powering off hosts one by one because they're doing some power checks without actually verifying that services were running. And HA kicked in as expected and was restarting virtual machines continually as they went through the power cycle. And by the time they finished, all virtual machines were continuing to run, and our monitoring software didn't even realize that there had been outages.
I think there have been multiple impacts for this product. I think the first thing is it helped unify two related product initiatives, our hosted ACE product as well as our VDI offering. Number two is it helped handle the number one objection at the time for this model of remote access and what to do if you don't have remote access. It removed that objection, allowed the VDI business to really grow. And number three, it allowed us to create a dialogue with our customers on this concept of bring your own device. And we now have multiple ways to solve that problem because we started to get engaged with customers on this particular opportunity.
Today we're in the process of getting ready to ship on phones to corporate customers. We have partnerships with carriers, handset manufacturers, so we're really trying to change the mobile phone industry.
So I would say that the biggest impact of this is really that A, it got us into a market that we were not quite in before in terms of fault tolerance, but B, it made vSphere just a little bit more sticky. Now it becomes that much more sticky and it becomes that much more difficult to leave vSphere environments for something else, right?